Hi friends, Caitlin here with Sass Stitch Crochet, and today I'll be walking you through the tutorial for the Garden Picnic Shawl. This is an asymmetrical shawl that starts down at the very tip, and you increase with every other row all the way up until you are completed with your shawl. It also utilizes tapestry crochet techniques, where you actually crochet over top of the other color that you're not using. So you'll see here my opposite color peeking through. You'll carry your opposite color along with you so you never have to cut off any yarn ends. We'll be using 3 colors for this shawl. You'll need color A, color B, which is the color you use the most, this light pink, and then color C, which is this dark pink here. Now for color B, you'll be using a full skein of DK weight yarn, which is about 230 yards. For colors A and color C, you'll be using 116 yards each, which is only half a skein. In this sample, I used Sass Stitch fiber yarn, which is our own line of naturally dyed yarn. You can find in-stock yarn at sassandstitch.com on the first Friday of every month. You'll also need a pair of scissors, a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and a tapestry needle. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're starting with color A, which is our neutral color here. We're going to start by making a slip knot. Tighten your loop. Insert your hook. And we'll be starting with a chain 4. So to make one chain, you'll yarn over and pull that loop through the loop on your hook. Again, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. That's 2 chains. Yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull through. That is 4 chains. Now we're going to be starting in the 4th chain from the hook, which is actually that first chain that you created all the way on the end here. We're going to be doing 2 double crochet into that 4th chain. So yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 double crochet. Let's do another one into that same chain, yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 double crochet. And this starting chain 3 that we've skipped here, this is also going to count as a stitch for this row, and only for this row. For every row for the rest of the pattern, when we start, we're just going to turn our work, but do not do any starting chain at the start of the row. Instead, we'll be doing a stacked single crochet at the start of every row, and we're doing this because it's actually the neatest way to start the row and not have any messy edging. So to do a stacked single crochet, we're going to just directly insert into that first stitch, no starting chain. We're just going to go right into it. We're going to do a single crochet, so yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. And the next part of this, if you look at your stitch here, this loop shows the top of your stitch, and you see this leg right here just to the left of the stitch, or if you're left-handed, to the right. You want to insert your hook just into that one leg off to the side there and complete another single crochet. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've essentially done 2 single crochets stacked on top of each other. This is called the stacked single crochet. And we'll do this in the first stitch of every row. Okay, so we'll continue on, and in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do a double crochet into the top of the skipped chains from the very beginning here. So yarn over, find a spot to insert your hook, do the very end chain here. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky. Okay, there we go. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And actually I need to correct myself. I'm going to take out that last stitch we just did, because we're going to need to change colors on the last stitch, and I need to walk you through how to do that. So let's start the last double crochet again, but you're not going to complete the last step. You'll insert, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, but do not do the last step of yarn over and pull through 2. You want to pause when you have 2 loops left on your hook. And now we need to go ahead and change colors. For the next row, you'll be using both color B and color C. So we'll go ahead and grab those and have them nearby. We're going to be starting with color B right here. So go ahead and grab your strand of color B. And we'll be using color B to complete this last stitch of color A here. These last 2 loops. So just kind of tighten up that color A a little bit. We're going to drape color B over the hook just like this with enough of a tail to weave in later. And take your color B and pull that through the last 2 loops on your hook. And this helps you complete the stitch. And it's going to take a little bit of practice, but you'll need to just kind of tighten up your strands a little bit. You'll get better at controlling the tension as you go. But you see here how we have the full stitch of color A and we have color B on our hook ready to go. So now we're going to turn our work, and for the first stitch of the row, remember we'll be doing a stacked single crochet. So go ahead and just directly insert your hook into that first stitch and work a single crochet. And at this point you can give your color B and color A strands just a little bit of tug to get them to tighten back up to what they would usually be. Now you can go ahead and do the second part of the stacked single crochet. So find that leg just off to the side, insert just into that leg, and work another single crochet. And there's your first stitch. Next, do a double crochet, and then another double crochet. But we're about to change colors at the end here, so again, don't complete this double crochet. You want to leave 2 loops on your hook. Anytime you're about to change colors on the last stitch, you'll leave 2 loops on your hook before the color change. Go ahead and grab your color C, and we're going to drape color C on our hook now. Just like we did before, leave enough of a tail to weave in later. And pull color C through the last 2 loops on your hook. Give color B a little bit of a tighten. Bring in color C. It's going to take some practice, so it might feel a little overwhelming managing your strands for now, but it'll get better. So now we're going to be increasing on this row with color C. So we need to put 3 additional double crochet into this last stitch here with color C. And while you do this, you want to keep color B close by because we need to crochet over the color B strand. So we're going to yarn over with color C and keep color B nearby. When you insert into this stitch here, we're going to do 3 double crochet here, but when you insert, you want to make sure color B is draped over your hook down there as well, just as if the strand of color B was part of your row. See how you're crocheting over color B? I didn't show it very well in this part for some reason. Here, let's see if I can show it a little better. See how when I insert, color B is right next to my work, so I'm crocheting over top of that as well. That way I don't lose color B into the middle of my row. Okay, so I've done my 3 double crochet with color C. Now I'm going to turn my work and I'll be using color C again first here in the next row. So I'll show you on my shawl for a moment. Every time you have a set of colors, there's going to be 2 rows in that set. So here I have color A and color B. The next set I have B and C for 2 rows, then A and B for 2 rows, then B and C for 2 rows, and so on and so forth. So we just did the first row here of our B and C set. We're going to do our second row of our B and C set now. So before you start the row, you want to bring color B here. You want to bring the strand up and around to where color B is draped in line with your current work. Again, this is so that we don't have to cut color B off. We can keep using it and just carry it along with us. Okay, so again, before you start, make sure you have color B draped across your work. And we'll be starting with our stacked single crochet here with color C. Insert, and here it shows it a little bit better. We're draping color B over our hook along with our work as well. So just as if it were part of the stitch. Work a single crochet. Find that leg to the side and do the second part of the stacked single crochet. Now this time you don't have to pick up that color B, just leave color B flat across your work. But for the second part of this stacked single crochet, you don't have to pick up color B with your hook. Okay, so we're gonna do so whenever you have a set of colors, again, I said it was 2 rows tall, but it's also going to be 3 stitches across. So we've done the first stitch of this color C section. We're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch and start a double crochet in the next stitch, but don't finish it because we're about to change colors. Drop your color C strand and pick up color B, which, if you've carried it along properly, is right here waiting for you. And now we'll be draping color C across our work so that we carry along color C. So yarn over with color B and pull through the 2 loops on your hook. Now you're ready to continue crocheting with color B while you have color C draped across your work. And we'll be doing 3 double crochet here. So 1 double crochet, number 2, and number 3. Now on this 3rd double crochet, we're at the very end here, so don't complete your stitch because we'll need to switch colors. And every time I'm done carrying a color across my work, I give it a little bit of a tug just to make sure there's no stray loops popping out through one of my stitches. I've had that happen before. So I just give it a little bitty tug before I continue moving on. So you can start to see the shawl forming. We've got a straight edge here and an angled edge here. So I'll show you on my completed shawl here. Along the straight edge, this first color will always be switching between color A and color B. So we just did a color B, so now we'll be switching to color A. So color A is all the way down here, but that's okay. We're gonna just gently pick up color A and yarn over onto our hook. You don't want to stretch it too far. And complete the stitch with color A. At this point now you can adjust color A if you've accidentally pulled it too tight or not tight enough. You can adjust your strand. So go ahead and look at that now. You don't want to pull it too tight because your work will cinch up on itself. And this is a row with color A and color B, so we're also going to need to carry color B across the work. But again, we'll be starting to crochet with color A. So you'll see here we have color A and B. So that means we need to carry color B across the work with us. So we can go ahead and turn our work. Again, we don't chain. We're going to pick up color B and just drape that across our work to carry it along with us. Okay, go ahead and do your stacked single crochet. And then you'll do 2 more double crochet with color A. 1, 2, and on this last one, don't finish the stitch because we'll be switching to color B. So give your color B a tight pull because you've been carrying that one. Drop your color A, pick up color B, and yarn over and complete the stitch. Now you'll be carrying color A across your work. And you can go ahead and do 3 double crochet with color B. 1, 2, and number 3. Now don't complete the stitch because now we're on the increasing side of our work. So even though we're working in the last stitch here, we need to go ahead and increase. So we've done our 3 with color B. That means we'll be increasing with color A. So pick up that strand, yarn over and complete the stitch. And then while you're still carrying color B across your work with you, you'll do 3 double crochet into that last stitch here. 3 double crochet with color A. 1, 2, and this is number 3. Now for me personally, I've just gotten into the habit of not completing my last stitch here until I evaluate where I'm at and know if I'm going to be changing colors or not. But at this point, we're going to be continuing with color A. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the stitch now that I've looked around. Okay, let's go ahead and turn our work. And we're still working with color A and color B in this next row. So we're going to go ahead and bring up color B to drape across our work, starting with our stacked single crochet. And make sure you've got that color B draped over your hook as well, so we can carry that along with us. First single crochet, working the next single crochet here. Okay, and then 2 more double crochet. 1, and this is number 2, and we're going to pause here. I'll give my carried color just a tiny bit of a tug. Oh, not that one. My carried color a tiny bit of a tug here before I yarn over and finish the stitch. And then I'm doing 3 double crochet with color B while color A is carried across. 1, 2, and 3. Before finishing the last one, we'll drop color B, switch to color A, complete the stitch, and do the last 3 double crochet of the row. And on this third one, leave 2 loops on your hook to switch colors. And we'll pause here for a second. So now you can really start to see the shawl forming. You've got kind of a mini shawl here, and we'll continue increasing. Now I know these increases, they kind of look like they're hanging over the edge and it's going to look a little sloppy, but as you work each row, it's going to stretch out that previous section for you. So you'll see here on my finished shawl that it's got a fairly straight edge going up the work. So don't worry too much about how the work looks after each row because it'll straighten itself out a bit. So you can also see the color pattern forming as well. Here we've got A, B, A, so we'll have B next. And then this part we have C, B, so we'll have C above it. And then over here we have this new column forming with color A, and we'll have color B right on top of it. So we're always alternating colors. So we'll be working with color B first. However, you'll notice that color C is all the way down here, and we want to get color C up to our current row. So even though we're going to be working with B first, I want you to pick up color C, and I want you to use color C to complete this stitch from the previous row. And again, you can kind of adjust that pull if you need, if it's too tight. And we did this because if we left color C down here, we'd have to stretch it across our work to this spot here, and that would look really, really messy on our whole shawl. So we want to do this as cleanly as possible. And go ahead and locate your color B and get that ready on your fingers, however you hold your yarn. Now bring color C, and you want to stretch that across your work, because even though color C is on a hook, we're going to be carrying that first. And go ahead and work your stacked single crochet with color B, the one you have in your hand right now. Now it might feel a little bit weird because we have this one strand here with color C and the other strand with color B, but because of this low contrast, if you've picked low contrast like I have for the gingham style, you really shouldn't notice all that much. Do the second part of the stacked single crochet, and then you can carry on with doing your double crochet across your work. So we'll do 2 double crochet with color B, and on the last one we will drop B and pick up color C. Do your 3 double crochet with color C. On the last one, you'll switch back to color B. Work your 3 double crochet. And now we're at the end here. We're out of stitches, but we're on this increasing side. So that means we need to do 3 increasing stitches on the end here with color C. So drop color B, find your color C, and work 3 more double crochet into that ending stitch right here. Make sure you're still carrying color B with you across the work. 3 more double crochet. All right, so pause and evaluate. We're going to be working the second row of this color section here, so that means we're working with the same color first in the next row. So you can complete the stitch as normal. And we'll be working our 3 double crochet. Make sure you pick up color B to carry across your work. Start with your stacked single crochet. And 2 double crochet. switch to color B, and do your 3 double crochet. All right, you can switch to color C now. Do your 3 double crochet with color C. Switch to color B. And do the last 3 double crochet. Again, don't quite complete the last one, because now that we're on this straight edge here, we've completed our set of 2 rows with B and C. So now we'll be switching to the next set of 2 rows that contains A and B. So we'll be switching to color A first, which is all the way down here. You'll gently pick it up, yarn over, and complete the stitch. And from there you can adjust. Go ahead and turn your work, making sure you grab color B. To carry across your work. All right, at this point, I think you've got the gist of the instructions, so I'm going to let you work this row on your own, and I will meet you back at the end of it. All right, I'm just working the last stitch here with my color B, and I haven't done my increasing yet. We're on the increasing side, so that means we need to do 3 more double crochet on the end with color A. So I'll go ahead and pick up color A, and while I'm still carrying that color B across the work, I'll do 3 double crochet into the final stitch here. All right, so I'm going to be working with color A again for the next row, so I'm going to complete the stitch with color A, turn my work, and work my way back across. Again, I think you're comfortable with the concept, so I'll meet you back at the end of this row. Let's see how you do. Okay, I made it back to the end of my row, and let's see, this was row number 2, 4, 6, 8, number 10. So you can see on the next set of rows, we'll be working with color B and color C. So I'm fairly confident you've got the gist of the pattern now, but I want to show you this one more time. When you're working, starting a row with color B and color C, remember that color C was left all the way down here. And so even though you're working with color B first, you need to pick up color C and bring it all the way to the current row. This was just the one thing that I wanted to show you once more before we go. So I picked up color C, but I'm going to get color B prepped on my fingers to crochet with. I'll turn my work, and I'll drape color C across my work, and I'll begin crocheting, doing my stacked single crochet with color B. So again, you're going to have the 2 colors making kind of a split stitch here, but it's really not going to be that noticeable in the long run. Makes everything a lot cleaner. And then you can continue on your row as normal. And I'm confident that you understand the rest of the work from here. Okay, so if you need any more direction, those directions again, I have the repeated section on a timestamp on this video, so you can go back to the beginning of the timestamp and watch that part back, and you'll just continue repeating those instructions for the entirety of the shawl. Now for me, I worked until I was pretty much out of color B yarn because you use twice as much of that as the other 2 colors. You can work your shawl however long you would like it to be. Again, I worked till I was out of 1 full skein of color B. Alternatively, you can work until you have a total of 70 rows. Currently we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is the start of number 11. You can keep going until you have 70 rows to achieve the same size as my shawl. And there you have it. That is the tutorial for the Garden Picnic Shawl. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, it would be great if you would subscribe. Comment down below, let me know that you liked it, and also let me know what else you would want to see this stitch concept in. I was thinking of designing a blanket, but if you're interested in that, then definitely let me know and I'll add it to the top of my list. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day.